And by the time we filmed the Neutron Dance video, I topped the scale at a hefty 185 pounds. Oh, shit. That's what I am right now, so I guess I'm hefty. So now that I'm back at work, child, I need a work bag. So I am using we've been reading with Uptown NayRob tote as my work bag. I put my lunch in it. I put my book in it because, I got to do my work. My wallet in it, my keys in it. Everything that I need to go to work and have a good goddamn day. I bet you could use one too. Go on over there to uptopbeauty.com and check it out. My fondness for drugs and booze had taken an awful toll. My immune system was worn out. I was in Atlantic City on the 4th of July weekend, 1984, when the roof caved in. I got so ill we had to cancel the show, which usually took an act of God. I had contracted viral meningitis, but managed to accompany the girls to Chicago, our next stop before I had to be rushed to the hospital. When I woke, I had no idea where I was or how I'd gotten there. There was a doctor standing at my bedside, and his first words were, "Whatever lifestyle you're living right now needs to change because otherwise you're not going to be around for very long." One thing that I've learned as I've gotten older, and I want you guys to understand this also, your health is your wealth. Because when you're sick, baby, not a dime of your money can fix it like that. Now, you can have the best doctors in the world. You can also have the best insurance in the world. Family history of heart disease, okay? And the last time I went to the doctor, that doctor told me, girl, your cholesterol's through the roof. So I've chosen to take this vegan journey. First month, once a week, I eat vegan. Now I'm on the second month where I eat twice a week vegan for 2 months. It's not so bad, especially because I'm a vegetable eater anyway. But what's important to me right now is not how much money I have in my pocket, but how stable my mental health is and my physical health. I had a battery of tests and a painful spinal tap. They put me on morphine and Demerol, and my head felt like it had been cracked open with a hammer. The headaches were so crushing, my room was kept totally dark, and I still had to keep my eyes closed. When I did force them open, I saw my baby Issa, then 6 years old. My mother, my brothers, Aaron and Fritz, and a longtime family friend named David Patterson gathered around my bed. They all wore sunglasses because they were crying and didn't want me to know how touch and go my situation was. Even with my eyes closed, I had kind of figured that out for myself. I was going with my family to the West Coast. Arrangements were made to have a nurse accompany me on the plane, and she shot me up with an elephant's dose of Darwin before takeoff. It wore off somewhere over middle America, and by the time we landed, I was in such excruciating pain, I was whisked straight to UCLA Medical Center in Westwood. During the 2 weeks I was there, the great R&B singer Esther Phillips passed away on another floor of the hospital from liver and kidney failure caused by drug abuse. She was just 48. That beat all to hell any warnings from the doctors about where I was headed if I didn't change my ways. A second 2x4 to the head came in the form of a full-page ad in Billboard magazine wishing me a speedy recovery. Because in her mind, she was thinking, damn, they trying to get me up out of here. I ain't dead yet. Damn, they already got me on the path to a demise. There are certain hard truths we must all face about ourselves. And sometimes what looks back at us in the mirror isn't easy to take. I'm not talking about physical imperfections, but about the emotional and psychological warts and scars we mostly inflict on ourselves. But at least I was alive. There was time for a full makeover, as I would go on to learn drugs and alcohol were a one-way ticket to 3 places: mental institutions, jail, and the graveyard. I had an aversion to all 3. Besides, I had children to attend to and loved ones I still wanted to be with. That was reason enough to want to live. I was only 38 years old, and to be honest, I didn't want to die. I was in full survival mode. What I needed but hadn't developed yet were the tools to help me fight the good fight. Addiction is cunning, baffling, and always waiting on the sidelines to get back in the game, and I was afraid to look anywhere but straight ahead when I wasn't just squeezing my eyes shut and shouting no. Goodbye crack, hello Twinkies. Y'all, if I could just sit around and eat sweets all day and not know that I'm gonna die. Veganism, it's a work in progress with me. It's not something that I want to do, all the time, but I do want to be healthy. So I don't mind the sacrifice. I can't do it every day, but it is a journey. Let me say that. Goodbye crack, hello Twinkies. Now I mainlined food. Nothing good for you, of course. Junk food, room service, takeout, and what was to me the crack of candy. Caramel corn. Ugh, don't nobody eat that. See if it was like them little caramel candies with the white stuff in the middle. Like literally, I could eat them. I can get a bag of those and eat them until I'm sick. Y'all know what I'm talking about? It's like caramel, and then it's like this white powdery sugar stuff in the middle, but it's thicker. It's almost like a cream. But that candy corn, girl, during Halloween, everybody throw that shit away. Don't nobody eat that, Ruth. So I know you is lunching. I hoovered up all I could get my sticky little hands on. And by the time we filmed the Neutron Dance video, I topped the scale at a hefty 185 pounds. Oh, shit. That's what I am right now. So, I guess I'm hefty. The director put me in a large padded jacket and baggy skirt to hide my girth. I looked like a linebacker from the Green Bay Packers. Give a woman a choice of dying from a drug overdose or from being fat, and I'll bet you my last dollar bill, 99% would vote to go out with a needle in their arm than to get caught shopping for clothes at Lane Bryant. What year is this book? What's her name? Lizzo. Ooh, she in so much trouble. But you know what? Ooh, sidebar, y'all. I'm sorry. Lizzo was just a little over the top. I knew it was something like not right with her. Because she is definitely in trouble for messing with her dancers and being nasty towards her dancers and just being a nasty human being. Not nasty as in your vagina stinking, but like nasty as in like your demeanor. From what I understand, what she did with her dancers was to be like, look, I can be the only fattest bitch here. So no, you can't have a lunch break. And tell the dude that came over here to see you the other day to come to my boudoir. I want to see him. That's what I'll do. I want to see your man in my boudoir. It's funny how back then it was like if you weren't small or skinny, you were really shamed. Like I told you, my mom was light skinned. I come from an era where, red was it. If you wasn't red, you was dead. But I also come from an era where if you were bigger than like a size 8 or 10, then you would be considered fat. I might not have got shamed because of the fact that I was brown skinned. Oh, but honey, if I was bigger, my mother would definitely let me know. You hear me? Definitely. I have a great aunt that was like, Nene, what size you are right now? What is that? What's going on with you? I said, Auntie, I'm about a size 12. Size 12? And she's still a beautiful size 4 or 6. But now we're in an era where if you're skinny like that, then you're body shamed. The world has really changed. I was no exception. I loved the food, but hated the extra weight. So I started using booger sugar again to bring it down. Damn, Miss Ruth, they ain't had no B12 shots or no Ozempic back then. You can't tell me they didn't have no weight loss pills back then. I was in bed with Dawn one night talking about how I wanted to live a better, more normal life and how I felt guilty sleeping with a man I wasn't married to. I must have been on one hell of a caramel corn high because almost before I knew it, we were headed for the altar. We got married at Mom's church in Marin City on October 3rd, 1984. In fact, Mom officiated at the ceremony. I'm sure she wasn't under any illusion that the fourth time would be the charm for her oldest daughter, but she loved me and held her tongue. She also liked Dawn a lot. Just 3 months later, I pulled the plug on the marriage. Number 4. Dawn was a very sweet man, but I was a mess emotionally, hormonally, physically, in every other way. Plus, he was a full 10 years younger than me. Once again, I was riding that weird Ruthie Pointer teeter-totter. While my personal life was sinking, professionally, everything was going up. On January 28, 1985, a few weeks after we got off the road with Lionel Richie, the Pointer Sisters were feted at the 12th Annual American Music Awards. That night at LA Shrine Auditorium, we were among a roster of award winners that included Prince, Lionel Richie, Bruce Springsteen, and Cyndi Lauper. The Pointer Sisters received the prize for Favorite Soul Group and Favorite R&B Video Group, beating out the Jacksons, The Time, and Kool and the Gang in both categories. Now that's a feat. To tell you the truth, winning the hardware was almost anticlimactic for us on that dazzling night. We got to open the national TV broadcast singing a medley of our 7 top 10 hits, beginning with I'm So Excited and closing with Jump for My Love. In our futuristic costume outfits designed by Billy Blue, we looked like we'd beamed down from the Starship Enterprise for the occasion. Y'all, I love that style. I love the way that the Pointer Sisters dress. And LaBelle. Oh my goodness, that style with the beautiful Sarah Dash, the Nona Hendrix, and Pat. Immediately following the ceremony, we accompanied many of the other award winners to A&M Studios in Hollywood to participate in the recording of We Are the World, a charity single produced by Quincy Jones and Michael Martian. It was Harry Belafonte's brainstorm. The first hour after we arrived at the studio, everybody greeted and congratulated each other on their respective successes. It almost felt like Thanksgiving. June came in with Bruce Springsteen, and they plopped down together on the only chair still available in the room. Since he'd given us the song Fire, Bruce had written Anita a very sweet note saying how much he enjoyed our version and treated her like royalty at one of his concerts, providing her with VIP treatment and a backstage pass. Bruce is a special guy and the real deal. I can believe that. I've always been fond of Bruce Springsteen because he just never seemed like he just was liking black folks because it was politically correct to like black folks. It seemed like he genuinely appreciated us as a culture. It was a noble undertaking, and to ensure nobody got out of line, Quincy Jones posted a banner outside Studio A that read, "Please check your egos at the door." Just about everyone got the message, the 2 notable exceptions being country western singer Waylon Jennings and my brother-in-law, Bill Whitmore. You say that you love